take one. What's up, everybody? Oh, let me turn my choke off. I'm going to the store. Hopefully it doesn't rain on me. But going to the store to get something to make for dinner, and I feel like I need to make a video. It's been like on me all day. These last couple of days, it's been making it like on my heart to make this video, and so I'm going to make this video. Now, before I start this video, I just want to kind of give a disclaimer that it might not be popular, what I'm about to say. Some people are going to take it wrong, but I guess I'm just going to say it because I feel like I need to say it. And the video I want to talk about today, the topic I want to talk about today is riding and I guess dying. Basically, there was a guy who just recently passed away from a motorcycle accident. Now, you know, there's a lot of ways that you can prevent, you know, dying on a motorcycle. There's a lot of ways. But, you know, it's your responsibility and your job to do the best you can to minimize the risks when riding a motorcycle. From your riding style to your bike maintenance to the gear that you wear. Now, yes, I don't have any gear right now. I'm literally just, you know, going a little bit down the street. I'm not going to go blasting because the roads are wet. I'm just taking a nice leisurely ride because I just want to make this video. So, with that, I guess what I want to start with saying is that I'm in a bit of a conundrum. And what I mean by the conundrum is, like, a guy recently just passed away on his bike, and it's a shame that it happened. But when do you start holding the person responsible for what happened? Okay, so the story is this. There's this guy that I actually met a couple times, and he is a serious rider. I mean, like, he's like one of the fastest people in my town. I've seen him. One time I was out and I met him, and he was racing this R1, and he beat the brakes off this R1. And they came back to the spot, and the guy who was racing says, "Man, that guy's crazy. Man, he was going through lanes of traffic, just, you know, just riding. And he was just riding too unsafe for him to follow or race." So he came back, and, you know, the guy, he had gear on underneath his shirt. He had like one of those skeleton gear. He had the shin pads, knee pads, and all this stuff. So he did have gear. But, you know, the thing is like, and he was really cool. I mean, country as hell, but he was cool. And, you know, he was telling us, like, you know, you got to ride like this, and you got to make sure, you know, you got to have the skills and stuff like that. Like he was doing a line from a movie like Torque, or from, like, you know, Biker Boys or something like that, where Smoke has that tunnel vision and, like, everything is fine. But, you know, everything was, you know, I guess, you know, he's been riding for a long time, and, you know, he's well known. But the problem I have is that when he died, I come to find out that he was running from the police. Number one, you don't need to run to the police. Take your ticket like a man, take your responsibility, and go home. Even if you go to jail, I'd rather go to jail than die. Because these cops out here, they give two fucks about motorcyclists. They want you to run. Let me explain this to you. Pretty much every cop wants to chase a motorcycle. Please believe that. They might say, "No, we don't chase motorcycles. Oh, we don't have no chase policy." But when it comes down to riding and they're chasing you, they want you to run. Do not fall in that trap. Don't run from the fucking police. I mean, what's the point of doing that? What, to say you got a way to brag to people? Who cares? Because the same people that you're bragging about are with the same people that are going to say, "Oh man, you should have ran." I mean, people are so stingy, so flakish these days. But the thing is that not only did he run the police, you know, and he had a car, he died. I mean, are you serious? You're gonna tell me that getting away from a ticket is worth your life? Especially that you have a family, you have a set of twin daughters and a wife. Now, I know this is gonna piss a lot of people off, and I'm just gonna say it. Like, when do you hold a person responsible instead of making? I mean, you should feel sorry. I don't care who it is. You should always feel sorry for someone who loses their life, especially on the two wheels. But when do you start holding the person responsible? For instance, that would be like you saying, oh, hey, that guy, the guy with the DUI ran and hit somebody and killed them. Do you sit there and say, oh, man, well, the guy who killed them, you know, we feel sorry for him? No, you don't. Or say, for instance, there's a guy on a murder spree who killed like 20 people. And then he kills himself. Do you sit there and say, oh, man, you know, I feel real sorry for the guy who killed himself after killing 20 people? No, you really don't. You're like, good. You know, he should have been, you know, he should have died. He should have killed himself. So why don't you hold the same standards for somebody who runs in the police versus somebody who, like, you know, commits a crime and gets chased? Like, I mean, do you ever feel like whenever you see somebody run the police, say someone robbed a bank and they run the police and the police knock them over and they die? I don't hear people saying, oh man, well, you know, those robbers, oh my God, I feel so bad for them. No, they say, well, they shouldn't have robbed the bank in the first place. They shouldn't have ran from the police from the first place. So therefore, if they never did those things, then, you know, it would never have happened. Nobody would have died. But I also found out that he had a 25-year-old daughter who died a day before he died from a domestic abuse. Now, that is a real hard one. I have a daughter, she's 11, and I could just imagine what he was going through. And I think that if you're riding a motorcycle, you should get on it with somewhat of a clear head. You should never get on a motorcycle when you're angry. You should never get on the motorcycle when you're depressed. And I don't know the state of mind of how he was when he was, you know, when it happened, but I could just imagine him just finding out that his daughter died from domestic violence, and he got on a bike and what was going through his head. And, you know, it's really hard. But in the same sense, I'm going to say this, and it might piss people off, I feel like he was also being very selfish. Because if he got on that motorcycle with a mindset that he just has no reason to live, you know, and he has no reason to live, he has a reason to live. He has 3 reasons to live. He has his twin daughters and his wife to live for. I know it's a tragic thing to happen, you know, losing a daughter, losing a child, but it's not only that you lost one child, you lost 3 people in your lives. By you doing what you do, what he did, and riding the way he rode, and running from the police, and whatever mindset he was in, he should have focused on his daughters. Now, again, I can't sit there and say what was going through his head. And I have no right to I can only speculate. And I don't have no right to judge somebody. I have no right to, you know, I feel like I have no right to sit there and say, well, he should have done this, he should have done that. All I'm trying to say is like, this is Motorcycle Awareness Month, and you must be aware, and you have to understand that this, you know, running from the police is not the thing to do. Even through all this, you should never run. And I don't feel sorry, and I'm gonna tell you this now, I'm gonna feel bad about somebody who gets hurt, but I'm not gonna feel sorry for them, because why do I need to waste my time to feel sorry for somebody that they should have not have ran from the police? Whatever they did, they should not run. Now, like, I really don't, it's like, it kind of goes like this. when you hear somebody say, oh man, Billy got in an accident, and you're like, what happened? Man, Billy was riding down the street, he was minding his own business, and man, a car, came out in front of him, hit him, and man, he's really messed up. I'm gonna feel bad for him. I'm gonna go to the hospital, maybe visit him, if he has a GoFundMe page, put some money on it, and just be like, man, that's crazy. I feel really bad, I feel really sorry. But I hate when you get that emotional and then you find out Billy was doing a wheelie through an intersection and he hit a car and it was totally his fault and he was acting stupid. Now, do you still feel the same about Billy? Do you sit there and say, oh, Billy, I feel sorry for you? No, I won't feel shit for Billy, because Billy should have known that you shouldn't do a wheelie across a middle intersection and mess around like that, because you just decreased your odds of getting into a motorcycle accident. So I just don't know what to express how my feelings, because I feel like I'm divided. I feel like, okay, this guy died. He was a good man. He was a great rider, a great friend to people. I wasn't very friendly. Like I said, I've only met him one time. But the time I met him, I think he was really cool. But in the same sense, he ran from police. And when you run from police, that right there, it just blows my mind, because you just lost your life over something stupid. And the police want you to do that. They want you to run. They don't care. They don't care about your life. They will easily run you off the road. They don't care. They don't care. So when you're thinking that you're going to get away, you might get away one day. You might get away a couple times, but eventually it's going to catch up to you. Eventually, your angel is not going to be able to keep up with you. You're eventually going to ride faster than your angel can fly. And that's when stuff like this situation happens. And you need to realize that. So, I just don't understand, guys. It's just crazy. We need to keep ourselves accountable for our actions, and and just be there. I just don't know what to say about it, guys. And I feel like I had to make a video about it, because if I didn't make a video about it, I would just be sitting here fuming and just need to let it all out. Because this, it's not only doing moto vlogs, it helps me in therapy to kind of think of situations and just talk. So, what do you guys think? Hit the like button, leave a comment. I would like to know what you think. Or have you been in situations like that? Have you been in situations where you have somebody you knew either get in a motorcycle accident or die from a motorcycle accident, and it's because of their fault? Do you still feel sorry for them? Like that whole Yami Noob guy. We're not walking around like I said, I'm not judging him, but a lot of people are not walking around saying, oh man, Yami Noob, I feel so sorry for you. Oh man, blah 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 blah. If you look on my other video, I made a video about him. Check it out. But nobody's really, not people say, oh man, we're sorry, here, and give us some money. They're like, man, you did a stupid ass thing. You ran into a freaking Porsche. You're totally your fault. So I think it should hold the same standard across the board for everybody. Everybody should have the same standards. If you want to act stupid, if you're going to ride stupid, if you're going to run the police, then you get what you deserve out of everything. And I'm not going to feel sorry for you. I'm going to feel bad, because you can't feel bad but not feel sorry for somebody. And I'll feel bad for the person, but I'm not going to feel sorry for them. And I know it's going to piss people off, but it's got to be said. It's got to be said. So with that, guys, I just hope that this can shine some light, or maybe you can help me kind of understand what just kind of understand the situation, and maybe just kind of help me, guys. So let me know what you think. Leave your comments below, and I guess I will talk to y'all later. Peace out.